An alien was playing in his ship and accidentally lost control of the ship's rudder. The alien's ship then crashed and was found by a woman camping there. She saw the alien injured from the crash. 15 years later, there was a little boy named Danny. It was his birthday, and his mother gave him a dog as a gift. The dog was a golden retriever, and he named it Charlie. Danny and Charlie were very close, like best friends. They had a lot of fun together. Charlie accompanied Danny every day until Danny grew into a teenager. Charlie remained by her side, becoming her best friend and protector. Even as he grew older, Charlie faithfully waited for Danny in his yard, welcoming him home every afternoon when he returned from school. Danny felt sad because his friend was getting older and his physical condition was no longer as healthy as before. Charlie was becoming increasingly weak and listless. That night, while Charlie was fast asleep in his small house, he saw a green light lift him and a stray cat. Charlie was then taken to the UFO and met two aliens there. The alien prince took a great liking to Charlie and then locked him up somewhere. Charlie saw that several other aliens had been captured, including a frightened raccoon with him. The stray cat, meanwhile, seemed aggressive toward the alien, so it was placed in a separate cage from Charlie. The next morning, Danny was excited to go to school, but she didn't see Charlie in the yard. She panicked and worried about her friend, but there was nothing she could do. The school bus had arrived. She then left, leaving only Charlie's favorite dry food on Charlie's bed. In the alien ship, it turned out the prince was celebrating his birthday, and the alien queen wanted to give her son a gift. The prize was a pet, and the prince had to choose one from all the animals they had captured. The prince initially chose a raccoon and transformed it into a giant blue raccoon, but unfortunately it lost interest. Meanwhile, Danny searched for Charlie, persistently searching for her friend. Even until nightfall, she still couldn't find him. In the alien ship, the prince transformed the captured animals and granted them various abilities according to his wishes. But none of them suited his taste.
You over there! Roll wing!
The alien queen then saw her son throwing many animals into space and felt sorry for their fate. She scolded her son for his cruel treatment of living creatures, and then the queen returned the animals to their original places. The next morning, Danny woke up to find Charlie in her bed, greeting her with a good morning. Danny was surprised to hear that her best friend could talk, but she was overjoyed that Charlie was safe and back with her. Charlie claimed he'd been taken away by an alien spacecraft into space, and Danny believed his story. They seemed to be having a great time together.
Awesome! Charlie's back!
Meanwhile, the stray cat turned out to be Charlie's neighbor, but he had a lazy and unemployed servant. The cat was angry because his servant hadn't prepared breakfast for him, so he used his superpowers to beat him up. Charlie also had his own superpowers. In addition to flight and strength, Danny nicknamed him Charlie the Wonder Dog. Charlie was thrilled with his newfound abilities, and he and Danny reminisced about their past when they used to role-play as superheroes together. He then had a desire to use his powers to help those in need, and Danny was very happy because her friend was finally healthy again. To her, Charlie was her best friend. Meanwhile, the stray cat was happy because he could use his superpowers to rule the world. That morning, before Danny left for school, she told Charlie to keep his abilities a secret from everyone. She didn't want anyone else to know about Charlie's superpowers, as that would endanger Charlie in the future. After Danny left for school, Charlie could hear voices in the distance, voices calling for help, so he went towards the voices. On his way home, Danny heard news of a superpowered dog helping people in need. Danny scolded Charlie for disobeying his orders, but Charlie explained that he truly enjoyed helping others. Danny respected his friend's wishes and encouraged him to become a super dog, making him a cape and mask to protect his identity. That night, Charlie rescued a bus that nearly fell into a hole in the middle of town. Charlie became increasingly famous after the incident, but unfortunately his identity remained unknown, and people knew him as Charlie the Super Dog. Meanwhile, the stray cat, Pudding, and his maid, Otis, scolded her for being a poor cook. Pudding was bored with her monotonous life of eating and sleeping. She needed something to keep her energized. Meanwhile, Danny tells Charlie to take a break from his super dog duties, as humans will always ask for help. Suddenly, a commercial plane crashes, and Charlie has to leave Danny to help the plane. Charlie then becomes even more famous after saving the plane, with many passengers thanking him. Charlie is then summoned to the White House to meet with the president, where the president greatly appreciates his kindness to the country. She also feels fortunate that thanks to Charlie, Americans feel safe and helped in times of trouble. Charlie is later awarded an award for his services, and the president then creates a dog food product under the Charlie brand. Unexpectedly, the dog food sells well in the market. Many people buy it, and it goes viral because of Charlie. Otis then buys some dog food for Pudding, which angers Pudding, who feels like a cat, not a dog. Furthermore, Charlie's presence made her jealous, seeing his growing popularity, so she hatched a sinister plan against him. Pudding then used her superpowers to destroy a tree, which then fell on Danny's house. Upon arriving home, Charlie and Danny saw that the tree had nearly destroyed their house, and Charlie suspected the cause was from the house next door. Then, Charlie received an emergency call from the president's wife, stating that the country's satellite had gone down and was disrupting the national signal. Charlie then left Danny to repair the satellite in space, doing so without a breathing apparatus. It turned out that the incident was Pudding's doing. He was desperate to get rid of Charlie, so he hacked into the country's satellite security system. He then took control of the satellite and made it attack the spacecraft stationed there. Fortunately, Charlie managed to prevent the accident, but unfortunately he ran out of oxygen due to holding his breath for too long and fell to Earth. Danny was very worried about Charlie not answering her calls. She then tried to revive him, but unfortunately it was unsuccessful.
Do you copy?
Charlie still fell and was then taken to the hospital. This incident caused panic among the public because their superhero was injured. Danny later visited the hospital and saw that Charlie was fine, with no serious injuries or broken bones. Everything was fine. Danny was worried about her friend and asked Charlie to stop being a superhero because human nature would always depend on Charlie. But Charlie refused, feeling that being a helper was his purpose in life, so he wanted to continue his mission as a superhero. Meanwhile, Pudding was upset because Charlie managed to save the satellite and thwarted his plan. Otis felt that Pudding had become evil and became afraid, but he still cared for Pudding and even gave him a blanket while Pudding slept. Until a kitten accidentally ate Pudding's saliva, which transformed it into a super cat just like Pudding. Then, Otis was accidentally sneezed on by the kitten, which transformed him into a cat-like creature. Pudding then had a crazy idea. He would rule the world by turning all cats into super cats and humans into cats. But the first step he needed to take was recruiting members. He then concocted a potion that he then fed to several cats. The cats were then interviewed by Pudding, and those who passed the interview would become Pudding's minions. Then a puppy agreed to work for Pudding. He swore loyalty to Pudding and wanted to bring down Charlie as well. At first, Charlie refused because the puppy was a different breed, but because the puppy had the same goal as him, he recruited the puppy. Then, Charlie was called by the police to a bank in the city where a robbery had occurred. They asked Charlie for help in apprehending the criminals and evacuating the customers. And luckily, Charlie managed to evacuate everyone. Charlie then became trapped in a safe, wanting to help someone, but unfortunately, he found no one there. Then, a cloud of smoke knocked him unconscious, and then the police team entered the bank, seeing no response from Charlie. They discovered that an expensive diamond had disappeared, and a puppy who could also talk like Charlie. This strange incident shocked them, especially when they discovered that Charlie had been caught stealing the expensive diamond. Charlie was then tried in court, and then a prosecutor accused him based on CCTV that showed Charlie as the perpetrator of the theft. Charlie tried to defend himself, but no one spoke up for him. He was then found guilty and labeled a bad dog. Charlie felt depressed because he had always tried his best for them. He had tried to save them. He blamed himself and continued to lock himself in the underground tunnel, and it saddened Danny to see her friend in such a slump. She tried to comfort Charlie, but Charlie wouldn't listen to her, feeling sad and disappointed in himself. Meanwhile, overnight, Charlie was considered a criminal. He, who was once praised, was then looked down upon by the community. Later, at the White House, the president's wife is upset because her dog food business went bankrupt after Charlie was found guilty in court. Pudding then approaches her and invites her to go into business, saying that she could make a huge profit by working with him. That night, the president goes to an amusement park, meets Pudding, and listens to her business proposal. After hearing that he will become a billionaire, she accepts the offer, and overnight, Pudding becomes a superhero. In the underground passage, Charlie is still alone and lamenting his fate as a bad dog, and Danny tries to persuade him to move on. But Charlie still feels like he has failed to protect him, and this saddens Danny because her attempts to comfort him have failed again. Then Danny goes to Otis's house and sees all of Pudding's plans. She then takes photos of evidence of Pudding's crimes and a tape recorder. Afterward, she went to Charlie and explained that everything that had happened was Pudding's plan to take over the earth. Charlie told Danny to ask her mother for help, as she believed her mother was someone she could always rely on. Eventually, the two of them went to Danny's mother, and she explained that Pudding was an evil cat who intended to take over the earth. At first, her mother didn't believe her, as she didn't expect her pet dog to be the superhero. She then explained that in 1990, she discovered a crashed UFO and an injured alien. There, her mother also explained that Pudding's plan was to reverse the transformation, transforming humans into cats and filling the earth with cats. Charlie and Danny then went to Pudding's cat food factory, where they saw Pudding mixing ingredients into the food. They also saw that some humans had been transformed into cat-like behavior, and unfortunately, their arrival was discovered. Luckily, Danny's mother arrived just in time and helped them, but unfortunately, they were caught too, and Pudding noticed Danny's mother's alien necklace. Danny's mother then tried to rescue the alien necklace, assisted by Charlie and Danny, because Pudding wasn't allowed to have it. Luckily, Danny managed to retrieve the necklace and send a signal to the alien ship to come to Earth. On arrival, the alien queen saw the necklace, which turned out to belong to Louisa, the alien queen's beloved pet. Danny's mother explained that she had found Louisa injured in a plane crash and had treated her, but Louisa had turned into a necklace. The alien queen was saddened by Louisa's loss, but also grateful to Danny's mother for her kindness in helping Louisa. The alien prince then saw Pudding and was immediately attracted to her and wanted to keep her as his pet.
I want my pet! I want him! Kiss you and kick you and feed you and hug you and kiss you and...
Before leaving, the alien queen returned everyone to their normal behavior, including Charlie and the other super cats. Charlie reverted to his old golden retriever form, which saddened Danny, knowing that his time was running out. Unwilling to part with his best friend, he begged the alien queen to make Charlie a superhero again. She also said that Charlie had done good for Earth, helping many people, and the alien queen saw all that goodness through Danny's memories. There, the alien queen finally gave Charlie his powers back, making him look like a super dog again. Otis then lived happily with his sweetheart, and Danny seemed happy that her neighbor finally had a purpose in life. Meanwhile, Danny helped Charlie carry out his mission as a super dog, acting as his operator, while Charlie acted as the executor, directly helping the community.
Need to fly or even save the day.